guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought we'd make some lovely little sort of random paper clips. Now I'm sort of doing lots of random things at the moment, using up some stash, using up some of my embellishments, and just making some bits and pieces. So these are lovely little sort of hidden paper clips. I've got a little dingly dangly on this one, and I popped a little pocket in there, so that just slides in. Excuse me. I've used a little bit of velvet, so I'm using up things that I've used over the last couple of weeks from doing journals and stuff, so which is really nice. So on this one, on the back of it, I popped a little pocket, and this one I've just stapled on a few little bits of paper, so that can go in there. Now these things aren't necessarily to journal in, they are just sort of embellishments for your journals and things like that, because I just think they just make journals look really, really lovely. So pop that in there. So, and I popped a little sort of tab on this side. So this wall, and what have I got? Let's take this old tag. So that just slips onto your page like that. And that's the back. So I just think they are so lovely. So I've made two, so I don't want to make a huge amount, but I just think they're lovely. So this one goes on. I've got some little tickets, and I made like a little belly band. This is the ticket there, and that just slides in. And on the other side I've got some chain, and I've just got like a little ticket hanging off there. But again, you can obviously have it hanging on there if you want a double whammy thing on the front. But I just love them, and I've got the paper clip, so it pops out the top, and then that's how you can sort of hang things off there, tie things on there, whatever you like. But loving them. So I'm going to just show you. You guys know how to make a hidden paper clip anyway, but I'm going to just show you these, just give you a little idea. So I've got some chain. This is BB Craft chain, and these are from BB Craft, so I'll link these down below. I just love this chain. It comes in lots of different colours as well, and I use it all the time, so it's really, really good. I've got some of my grungy words and phrases here. I think that's what they're called. Let me have a look. Yeah, grungy industrious journal words, these are. Some of them are the little tiny ones that I've cut up on there. And I also have, what are the other ones called that I've got here? I've got the random vintage ephemera. I have to write it down because I always forget. So that's what the little bits that I'm using, and these bits are what we had from the Friday freebie that we did last Friday. So I said to you, if you're going to print on the back of your Friday freebie, keep it, because you can make little paper clips with them. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's just fold that one in half. I've got some little bits of tea stain paper. This is just going to go in the middle. But again, use any scrap paper. You don't have to use the coffee or tea stain paper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use big paper clips. Now these are 2 inches or 5 centimeters. So these are nice big ones. I'm going to pop that in there like that. I'm going to take this. Let's just make sure. Should we do a great big one? Should I do a nice big one? Let's just make sure that that's in the middle like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to cut tiny, I'm going to use this one, which is 1/2 inch little circle punch. I'm going to try and get that in the middle. Take a tiny little nick out of it, just like that. And that's where your paper clip is going to pop up through. Like that. Now again, you can have it as high or as low as you like. And then that will just sit on there like that. So fab, hey? Super simple. I think I've done something a bit similar to this before. So all I'm going to do now is take some glue and just glue this on. So let's just glue this side. I'm just using some tacky glue in here. Pop that like that. Let's make sure that's up nice and close in there. Push this down and just stick it down like that. This doesn't have to be the same size. You can just any old scrap paper, because we're just going to cut around it anyway in a minute. So that is on there nicely, and then we will do this side. Oops, that goes on there. There we go, a little bit of glue. Squash that down. Let's just make sure that that's nice and stuck down. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm going to pop the lid on this so it doesn't dry up. So again, use what bits and pieces you've got left over from your desk, from making different bits, whether you've been making journals or things like that. Just use what you've got left over, instead of sort of like stushing it away. Oh gosh. See, big scissors get caught in things. Right, I'm just going to chop those bits off. Is that level? I'm going to do a nice big one, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do, not too long, let me just cut a little bit more of this off. And then I'm going to go inside like this. So whichever you want as your front, just cut another little section off like that. So I like to do it this way because when you pop it onto your page, you've got that lip like that, and they're not stuck together when you're trying to get it on the page. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of the corner punch, the smallest one, but if you haven't got a corner punch, just cut it around with a pair of scissors, or if not, just leave it. Okay, so I found my little dauber because I'm you know, I'm getting a bit I don't know, with the big one it's not good to ink. I'm not finding it easy. I don't even know what I've done with it on my desk now. My little blendy tool, not finding that easy, and so I've gone back to my little finger dauber, which I do like these best, I think. Like that. Well, unless you're doing something big. Pages, I think what happened was I used my big blending tool. Well, it's not big, but you know, the Ranger's blending tool, because I was doing page edges. I was inking my pages, and it would have taken too long with that, and then I ended up just using the whole ink pad, just going around the whole thing with the ink pad. So yes, I have a thing about ink at the moment. I've got a love-hate relationship with it at the moment. So anyway, enough of that. Let's take this, let's have a look. Look, we've got a nice, oh look, that would fit. Would it fit? Just, but would we want it is a little pocket? I'm quite liking that. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop a little tab on here, I think. Shall I? What have I got here? What have I got? I could maybe use this little piece. Just going to make my own little tab. Oopsie daisy. So if you get a little bit like that, let's just fold that over, chop that down, and then just do that on the edges. You can do it that way. Actually, I did it the other way on the other one, didn't I? I did it the wrong way. Silly Billy. Right, good job we got another bit. I'll use that in a minute if we're going to make a smaller one. So what we want to do, we want to go from this way, like that. Can you see? So it goes on like that. Not that it really matters, you can have it the other way. There we go. So that just sits on there like that. Now on one of them I put the tab on the back like that, so but when you put it on the page you won't see it, but you'll see it on the back, so either put it on the front or the back of them, doesn't really matter. So let me just ink this a little bit around there like that. So these you can just, I've had so much fun actually adding bits to that, to this one that I did. I got the little numbers in there, I've just added bits, so it's, you know, it's like working on little small things, which I love, and I know lots of you like working on little, making little mini things. So let's pop it up the right way. Oops. Pop that down there like that. There we go. Again, have it this side or that side, or you can have one either side. You could probably, actually, what I might do, I might put this one on the back, so you've got one from the back, but this one, maybe I'll keep it that way. Should I keep it? Doesn't really matter, does it? Do you know what I mean? I can put this one there. That's what I will do. Let's have one either side. Ink that up, pop this on, oops, and then pop that through, oopsie daisy, like that. Okay, so do you see what I mean? So when it goes on here, that one shows it the front, and then that one will show it the back, on the back of your page. But obviously when it's not on the page, it's going to show on the front. So cutting it that way gives you a straight edge here, but this way, obviously it will give you a straight edge, but it gives you a little bit more of a shape to it, doesn't it? Get these little bits out of the way. So what shall we pop on there? Let's have a little rummage through these. Shall we make a little, shall we have a little pocket? Shall we hang something in dingly dangly in there? We could do that, couldn't we? Shall I make a little notch in here? I like my notches lately as well. It's funny how you go through phases of liking and disliking things. There we go. A little bit of ink. Pop that on there, I think. Let's just go round, just round the edge. A little bit of glue. So making these small like this as well means that all the little sort of like bits that you've cut off pages and tags and things like that, all those little bits you can make into little pockets. Look at that, that's fab, isn't it? Oh, I like that, I quite like that hanging off. What have we got? Oh look, there's another little page tab. Do I have any dingly danglies? There we go, there's a little dingly dangly. Could do with a French looking one. Do I have a French looking one? Or I suppose we could make one. We could make a little tag. What have I got? Oh, this one. Oh look, this one's got little flowers on it. That's what we will use. Okay, going to ink the back, because I don't like the stark white of it. So let's just ink round the edge like that, and then that can just slot in there. So what we will do now on this side, get a little bit of chain, get one of these little, oops, I think they just popped out, one of those, and then a little tiny bigger one. open this up and just thread that through. Oops, if I can. There we go. I'm going to pop, and this should go straight on there, shouldn't it? Do this bit first because then we know how long we need it. Just push those together. Because we want like a little hangy bit, don't we? We want it sort of like, so it sort of hangs down a little bit. So let's just chop it there. So shall I measure that for you? So that is roughly 1.5 inches, or what's that? 3.5, nearly 4 centimeters. Actually, that one's cut. That's got a little. That's cut, so it's gonna fall off. There we go. Let's take that off. I'm going to add a little eyelet into here. It's a little black one. Oh, I got a little white one. That's better, isn't it? Pop these. These are 1/8 of an inch. Little eyelets. I've got my little crocodile here, so I'm just going to squash that down. Now this one, to do the 1/8 of an inch ones, I'm on number 4 on the bottom, and then I have C at the top, so it's the thin little one there, and then the little one that side, because they do get confusing, don't they? Let's take this. Is that gonna fit, do you think? I'm gonna just chop that down just a little bit, just so it fits the little jump ring, because I don't want to put too big a jump ring on there. So let's pop that in there. Now we're going to pop this through the end. Oh my gosh. Go. Squeeze those together, and there we go. Got a little dingly dangly, and that just pops in there. I like the chain over the top. Look at that. See, doesn't that look good? I like things that sort of dingle dangle down. They look great. Right, shall we just have some little numbery things on here? Doesn't really matter what. Adds to things. Oopsie daisy. I do like these little embellishments. I think they're great. A little bit of glue. Let's just stick that on there. And then what did I use? What else could I use? I suppose I could use a tiny bit of, I might use a tiny bit of this. I should have put that underneath that really, but I think I'm going to pop another something on here. Let's go for another reference like that. There we go. I'm going to use a little bit of 3-in-1 on here. Stick that down, and then pop this. Oh, I didn't ink that, did I? A little bit of ink round the edges. It's not vitally important that you obviously put ink on there, you don't have to, but I think all these little tiny bits that you do just add to the finishing touches, because I always say that, just make it that little bit of effort just to ink that, so when you don't see any sort of like white, if it's, you know, I just think it looks great. Now I'm going to add, see we got flowers on there, I'm going to add just a tiny bit on here. Oh, lovely little roses. like that, or like that. Which side should we go? Oh, here we go. Here's my indecisiveness coming back. I'm going to just glue it. Oh gosh. I'm just going to glue and stick. Ta-da, there we go. Look at that, I love it. Right, we need to do something on the back, but I want to pop a little bow or something on there. So this is sort of like vintage with a little touch of shabby, isn't it? Don't think I've got anything I've got pink. Oh no, that would go. That would go. Let's give it a little scrunch up. Just pop, just tie a little bit through here. Just a little odd bit. Doesn't have to be all of it. Oops. There we go. Chop that off. There we go. Lovely. So look at that. Oh, I love it. So what shall we pop on the back? Should we do another? Shall I make another little pocket? Oh my gosh. Should I make a little pocket and a little booklet thing to go in it? Oh look, shall we have a little? I need something a bit bigger than that. I think that will go. That's quite nice. That will go over the top, and then we can just have a little booklet. I'm going to make a little notch out of there. Ink that up. Go. Gosh, it's a noisy aeroplane outside. Probably bringing people on holiday who are nice and excited. Okay, let's stick that on there. Do you think that's going to be too big? Not really, is it? That could go in there. Right, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Oops. A little bit of glue. My glue bottle keeps falling over because there's not enough glue in it, and when it sort of gets top heavy. So there we go. Oops. Will that fit? Or do you think that's too big? Tiny bit too big, isn't it? Let's see what else I've got in my little, what else we can cut out. So I've got these, but they're going to be a little bit too big as well. Let me just, here we go. What have we got on here? There's that one. I suppose we could, these are the bigger ones. Or maybe I'll take the bigger tag that we had at the front. Let's do that, shall we? Move all my bits and pieces out of the way. Actually, my things can go over there. Let's just quickly cut this out. See if that will work. Oops. I need to sharpen my scissors. I think I probably need to clean them as well. They're disgusting. There we go. Do you think that will fit in there? That will fit in there. Lovely. Right, I'm going to make a little hole. This is not going to be big enough, is it? I don't want... There we go. Didn't cut very well, did it? This doesn't cut very well. This little 1/8 of an inch one. It never has. It's never cut properly, but that's okay. Never mind. Let's pop a little white one of these in. I'm not going to actually hang anything from this. Oh, unless I might. I might actually. Gosh, if I can get that in. Go. No, I'm going to take that out because I want to ink this so it's not white. This is, I'm going to pop some paper on this, but a little note bit, but I like to not have it so white. There we go. Now we can pop this little thing in. Little eyelet in there. Squeeze that down. That's lovely. Let's get some paper. What's this paper? This will do. Gosh, let's make some room a minute. Poor glue. I shall fill that up in a minute. Okay. How big do we want this paper? Let's just do that, shall we? What's that like? Perfect, perfect. Let's do another one. I think it's the same size as the ruler actually. There we go. That was simple. Let's just have 4. Should we just have 4 pieces? Put that on like that. Take my stapler, put it as far up as we can, and then I will just staple that on. There we go. Oops. And then cut that off. Cut these little roundy bits off there at the edge. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's get this into there. Look at that. That's really super simple, isn't it? And that can just go in there. Shall I attach that with a little bit of chain? Do you think we need it? Looks nice because that's got the same one in there, hasn't it? What do you think? We could, couldn't we? Let's just do it. Now I'm going to use the itty bitty one again, which I think I've got one there. Let's just open this up. I'll measure it in a minute and I'll let you know how big it is, the finished one. Pop that through there like that. That won't fit. I'm going to have to use a bigger one on here. Let's just, oops, come on. This is a tiny little jump ring. Go on there. Where's my other pliers? Gosh, hidden under my little bow, look. Okay. We won't put too big a one on there. Where's my little ones? So what should we do? Should we just... No, I don't know, maybe just cut it there. So I've done that one. That one's about 1 inch. Now I need a bigger jump ring because I think that's going to be too big. Let's measure that. I might have to, I don't want anything too big on there, do we? Let's see. Gosh. I'm going to have to cut this down a little bit again because my jump rings aren't going to quite. So I'm going to go in and around like that and down. A little bit wonky, but that's okay. That's okay. Doesn't quite look like a tag now, does it? What did I do with that jump ring? Don't need such a big one now. Let's go back to this one. That should work now. There we go. Let's find it. Oh, is my chain falling off? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not doing a good example of showing you what to do, am I? Let's pop that in there. Like that. I think it's because my little bow was in the way. I didn't do it up properly. Let's take that off. Or actually we don't need to, do we? Let's get this funny little bow out of the way. Pop that in there. Like that. Nope, doesn't want to go. Gonna have to take it off. Take it off and do it. It doesn't want to fit through the hole. There we go. There we go. Let's pop that on there. Let's do these up. Okay, that's on there nicely now. Let's hope this works. Let's pop it into a little pocket and look at that. I love that. I do like chain. I think it looks really nice. Oops, where are you going? You can go back in your little pocket. So you could take that out of that one. You could chop and change. You could have a little double one. Then you could pop this little one in there. Oh, I like that. You could actually hang a couple of little tags off, couldn't you? Oh, I like this one. I think that looks really nice. Pop that in. So there we go, guys. We've got a nice little one. Shall I add a little bit more? Oops, we don't want the chain behind, do we? There we go. Let's move some of this out of the way. Shall I pop something on here? Let's have a little bit of cheesecloth. Let's pop some of this on. This is what I had. I haven't used cheesecloth for so long. And I used it in the Friday freebie. I've forgotten how fun it was. Because I used to add it to everything. Everything had a little bit of cheesecloth stuck to it. Which way round? Stick that on there. Little bit. Did we put? Look, we put that on there. Should I pop a little flower on the back too? Oops. Where have they gone? There they are. Let's pop this on here. A little bit of glue. There we go. Oops. And then that can just sit on there. Perfect. Nice little bit of shabby on there to go with our vintage style paper clip. Right, let's find something to pop it onto. Let's just pop this on here. So that's our lovely paper clip. Okay, so that's one side. So again, doesn't matter which side page you put it on, does it? Because they both look really, really lovely. So the size of this one is just over 2 inches by just over 2.5 inches. It's like 2 3/4 inches, which is nearly 7 centimeters, and that's just over 5. So obviously the length of that is the size of the paper clip, but I love it. So love it. Shall we make another quick one, because I do like that. Look at these, they look great, don't they? So these are going to go in. These are all the bits that I've made so far to go in our eclectic journal. So these I will pop in there in a minute as well. So we're gathering up bits and pieces. So here we go. Let's use this one again. This one's got a little piece out of that, so I'll have to chop that off. Do you think that's going to be big enough? Where's our paper clips? Oh, only just. I need a little bit longer. There you go, this will do. So this is my big bag here. That's got all my little leftovery bits of vintagey sort of papers like this, which I pop in there. I've got a colourful one as well, and a vintagey one, so just cut that off. Pop these pieces pieces out of the way. Right. Okay, that's fine. What do we do with that? Let's pop this on. Let's take a little nick out of this. Just like that. Is that big enough? So these, when they're sticking out the top, it gives you something to like to dangle things off. So obviously, if you don't like dingly danglies, then you don't have to make that hole. You can just make them like that, just basic ones. So let's push that right up. Take some glue. What should we do? Cut some of this off, so we'll do this one. Because that's going to be too long, I think. Pop that down. Lovely. Let's do this side. Again, you can use 3-in-1, but tacky glue really holds this down really nicely, and even the metally bit on here, the paper clip, works really well. Let's just stand up. There we go. Perfect. Lovely. Right, let's make sure we've got that in the middle. I won't make one so big as the last one. So that's the biggest bit of the paper clip. So let's just cut it to there. Cut it to there. It was a bit wobbly. That was a bit wonky. And I'm going to just cut a little bit off here. It's a bit wonky too. Gosh, I'm cutting very wonky today. Okay, let's get rid of these little bits, don't need those. Shall we round the little bits off at the bottom? I think it just sort of tidies it up a little bit, doesn't it? Oops. There we go. I'm going to be making a very basic journal in my next video, just a very simple one, because I've had lots of you say that you don't have a lot of products and things like that, and you've never made a journal. You watch lots and lots of videos on making journals, but you've never attempted. So I'm just going to make a very, very basic one, just with a few things, and I'm going to be using stamps. So if you don't have digital papers, or you can't get hold of them, or you can't print them or anything like that, I'm just going to make a really, really basic one, just to start you off. Ta-da! So that's this one. Let's get rid of these bits and pieces. I do like this one. I think that's really nice with the train, so maybe we'll have that. Let's see. Little bits and pieces. Oh look, we've got admin. We've got, oh, we could have a little. Do you think that will fit? There we go. We could have that as a little dingly dangly, couldn't we? In our little car, our little car tag. Perfect. Shall we make a little? What's this one? It's got a spade on it. What was the other one have on it? Where did that go? Somewhere or other. Lots of bits. Here it is. This one's got a pen on it. Shall we use this one as a little tab? I quite like the little tabs that stick out the side. Let's stick this. Shall we stick it this side? There we go. I think so. I think we will do that. Don't think I'll put flowers on this one, because this is more of a you know, a manly one, isn't it? Oops. In between, because it's got sort of cars and trains on it. There we go, so you can still sort of see that from the back. Lovely. Let's pop this down on there. I'm going to just glue it down two sides, or this side and then the bottom, just so it'll be easier to pop in our little, oops, our little tag. There we go. Then that can just slide in like that. I do like these, I think they're really nice. Right, so we have a little word on there. Report. Should we stick that on there? That'd be good. Let's do that. Where's me Dauber gone? Oh, God, right in front of me. A little bit of glue. Pop that down there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Or should we have something up here? I suppose we could have, let's just pop a number there. Let's just do that. That one looks like it's been inked, has it? Maybe not. See, these are fun because they're just randoms, and then you've got numbers and words on it, so they sort of like will go with anything. If you're doing sort of like vintagey things, and you just need to sort of like fill up a little extra space on something. Do you know what I mean? Great for little collage as well. So let's just ink around this one and the back. Just a little dusting of ink. Perfect. That can go in there, and then we will pop a chain on there. So what shall we have on the back? Shall we have another little tag? Maybe I won't have any dingly dangly things. Maybe I will just do like a little collagey thing. Shall we just do that? Let me just ink. Let's just do some random collagey bits. This is like a belly band, but I might actually just tear that down. Is that going to be too big? No, I don't think so. Can go there, have that like that, and then what should we have? I'm just going to stick them down so I don't, and then I could just keep adding, can't we? So that can just stick there. This little one, just go like that. Let's put this one, it's a little ink. Oops. There we go. Oh, let's have wheel, because we've got the car on the front, so let's just put wheel on there. So these embellishments, these grungy embellishments are great for men's cards, aren't they? Because you could just do like a collage on a card. I'm going to just leave it just like that. Let's put that lid on. There we go. Nice collagey back. And then let's pop that on there. Pop all these little bits, and then let's just add our little eyelet. This is sort of like a bluey colour. Not that you can see, it looks black, doesn't it? But pop that on there. squash that down. Let's get a little bit of chain. I could do with like a little key or something hanging off here, but I don't think I've got any. What do you reckon? That's about right. Don't think I've got any small enough, but I might have a quick peek and see. That's okay. I'll have to cut that down unless I have a bigger one. Hold that on, come on, go through, there we go. These little jump rings are from BB Crafts, and look, you get so many. They will just, once you've bought them once, they will just last you. You really won't need to buy any more. So when you get a chance to buy things in like this, I would do it, because you won't have to buy anything else again, and then you've got them in your stash. Look at that, that's fab. I'm going to just see if I got a little key. Okay, I've got little cogs in here, but they are silver. Got a couple of keys, but I think they're going to be just too big, aren't they? Okay, these were a different colour. If these were sort of brassy, they would have looked quite nice, wouldn't it? Hanging off there. I've got silver. Look, I've got little silver keys. That's a tiny little one. Maybe I could have a little silver key hanging off there. That's all right. That's okay, I think. Shall we do that one? Just have this hanging off. Shall I have it hanging off this chain or have a new chain? Let's have a new bit of chain. Just a little bit, don't need too much, do we? Just, oops, this one. I don't know what size these are. I couldn't tell you what size these are, and maybe I'll have a look. I'll link them down anyway, so if you don't have jump rings, these are fab. Because these are pretty much a go-to item in my crafty bits, because I do like to use things like this. Oh my gosh, not that I'm good at putting jump rings on. There we are. Is that going to go through there? Perfect. There we go. Let's get another little one. I think the other one was too big. Pop that through, and then we can just pop this on there. Look at that. Oh, I like that. Isn't that cool? That's fabulous. So again, you can have it down the back or down the front, but I love them. It looks not too bad. I wonder if I could colour that maybe with a little bit of ink or stays on. I'll probably put a bit of stays on there. Black or brown stays on. But there we go, guys. Super simple, really fun to do. Nice one to make. Let me just pop these back in their little pots like that. So there we go. Let's show you what we've done. Oh, I had my little postcards. I was going to pop some postcards in there, but I didn't really need to, did I? Let's take these off so you can see. So this is the one I did before. That's got the little tag. I actually popped a little bead on there, a little silver bead as well. And then I've hung this one off the middle of the chain. I think that's a different chain I used. That's a different chain, and then that's got a little tuck, and then they just sit on there just fabulous. Love them. Then we've got a biggie one. So this is lovely. We've got our little tag there, and then we've got our little tag journaling bit on there, which are fun. And then let's take this off. And we've got this one, which I made before, and it's got a little feather tag in there. Tiny little pocket, little numbers on there, a little bit of seam binding. This is a little bit of velvet from my desk, from making my last journal. And then we've got little notepad on there. Love it. And then this one that we've just made, it's, oh gosh, please don't tell me I've stuck it down now. There we go. Gosh. This is our little one. We've got our little ticket in there. Turn it round, and then we've got our little key. And that's just collage, which is fun. So there we go, guys. That was, I did like making those. I will probably make a couple of more of these because I love them. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you give it a go. Again, you can just use whatever you like. You don't have to use anything specific. You can make them to go into any journal. Like I say, just use what you have on your desk. You really don't have to buy anything. If you don't have chain, you don't have to use chain. You could use a little bit of twine or something to hang something off. Things like that. So it's really lovely. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry guys, my battery just went as I was saying goodbye, but I had to say goodbye, so I had to change the battery. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right guys, bye bye.